Oh, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 18th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Sunday out there and a great Father's Day out there as well. I hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy your evening as well. And also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about your forecast for Monday and Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your locations. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and a few other products they offer. And also take a look at the tropical weather outlook for the next 48 hours and the next 7 days, as we do have Tropical Storm Bret will be forming sometime later this week. First, it will be Tropical Depression 3, then become Tropical Storm Bret, and then may become Hurricane Bret later on down the road. I will have more details on that in future videos. Alright, but anyway, let's go ahead and get on into the forecast now. As you can see, we got some shower activity over Maine. Shower and thunderstorm activity extending from New Hampshire through Vermont, down through New York, Pennsylvania, all the way down into the Carolinas, Florida, all the way back into Louisiana, back into central Texas there as well, and all the way back up toward Illinois and Indiana and Ohio region as well. Right here in the red slashed area, there may be some heavy rain and flash flooding possible across the Carolinas, back down into Georgia, also into the Panhandle of Florida. Some severe weather may be possible in this area here in the yellow slashed area there. We got more shower activity over here in portion of Montana, back into North Dakota, southern portion of Wyoming. Canada, excuse me. We got some shower activity along coastal areas of Oregon and Washington State with a few thunderstorms there as well. Also over here in portions of Utah and also in Nevada and also in the portions of Idaho. We got some mixed precipitation from Vancouver, Canada through Seattle, Washington, through Oregon, Northern California, through Idaho, western Montana, and also back into portions of Wyoming and a little bit there in Utah. We got some critical fire weather issues in portions of southeast Arizona into New Mexico. We got high pressure dominating Quebec region through Montreal, Toronto, Canada, back to Minnesota, portion of North Dakota, back through Wyoming, all the way back into portions of Nevada and California, down into the Gulf of California, and also down into Mexico as well, and around the Houston area, some dry conditions expected, and also from Michigan through Missouri, all the way back into western Oklahoma, northern Texas as well, dry conditions expected for your Monday. Alright, let's move on to the Tuesday forecast. As you can see, we got shower and thunderstorm activity over southern Maine, through Boston, all the way down to New York, down to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., through Virginia, through the Carolinas, down to the Florida Keys, all the way back into East Texas, Louisiana, all the way back up to Tennessee and Kentucky and Indiana and Ohio region as well. In the red slashed area, there may be some heavy rain possible over portions of the Carolinas there for your Tuesday. High pressure dominating Quebec region, all the way down to Montreal, down to Toronto, Canada, northern portion of New York State, all the way back over here to eastern portions of Minnesota, through Iowa, through Missouri, all the way back into Dallas, Texas, all the way back into Denver, Colorado, back into Nevada, also into California, back down to the Gulf of California, down into the Gulf to Mexico as well. We got above normal temperatures up here, portions of North Dakota, and also back into portions of Minnesota, South Dakota there as well, along with showers and thunderstorms extending from Oklahoma all the way to southern Canada, to North Dakota, back into Montana, all the way back down into Wyoming and portions of Idaho. Got some shower activity along coastal areas of Oregon and Washington State. Mixed precipitation up here around the Vancouver, Canada area through Washington State, also into Oregon, also into northeast California through northern Nevada, also back over here northwest and western portion of Wyoming and northern portion of Utah as well, and western Montana for some mixed precipitation in your region for Tuesday. Alright, let's move on to the weather radar across the nation. As you can see, we got shower and thunderstorm activity over southern Canada, back into Maine region, a little bit scattered activity down toward the Boston and Connecticut region, scattered showers and storms over portions of the Bahamas, scattered showers over Puerto Rico. Cuba looks pretty good, got some scattered showers and storms over central and southern Florida. Got more widespread shower and thunderstorm over the Panhandle of Florida, back into Alabama, and also into Mississippi. Scattered activity in Tennessee, back into Missouri, also back into Minnesota, southern Canada. Got a little bit of snow mixture there as well in southwest Canada. Scattered activity over western Washington State, Oregon, a little bit offshore. More widespread showers extending from a portion of Montana all the way back into Idaho, with some snow maybe mixing in there. Scattered activity over south Wyoming and northern Utah. Guam radar currently unavailable. Got some scattered showers around the Hawaiian chain island and portions of Alaska. Got some scattered showers in your region. Alright, let's move on to the watches, warnings, and advisories for your locations. As you can see, we got some air quality alerts still in effect for portions of Pennsylvania, also down into Virginia, also down in eastern and southeastern North Carolina, also western Pennsylvania, all of Indiana, southwestern Ohio, right around the Missouri alerts there. Also some over here along the Kansas and Missouri border as well. Also over northern portion of Colorado also. We have some coastal flood advisories over portions of South Carolina around the Charleston area. Got some special weather statements down in southern Georgia for some strong thunderstorms in that region. Special marine warnings in effect for coastal areas off the east coast of Florida, even right there off the west coast. Right there also in portions of southern Mississippi. We got some flash flood watches, flood watch advisories in effect for portions of Alabama and Mississippi. We got in the orange here, we got heat advisories for portions of southern Mississippi, all the way over into northern Louisiana, also northeast Texas, southern and northeastern portions of Oklahoma, central and western portions of Texas, and also a little bit right there in southeastern portions of New Mexico and southern New Mexico as well. Also got heat advisories, excessive heat warnings in effect for central and southern Texas. Also over here portions of southern Louisiana. We got one tornado warning reported over here in northeastern portion of Arkansas. Got some special weather statement for heat criteria there as well. Also, we got some river flooding still going on in South Dakota, Idaho, portions of Nevada. Flood also over here in portions of Kansas as well. Also eastern Colorado. We still got those red flag warnings in effect for portions of northern and northwestern portions of New Mexico, and also over to central and northeastern portions of Arizona, southeastern Arizona. Wind advisories also in effect for portions of Utah, northwestern Colorado, also in the much in central and northern portions of Arizona, southern California, all of Nevada, and also we have some frost advisories also in effect for portions of northwestern California, southern portion of Oregon and northern California. You got a freeze warning there in effect. Special weather statements also in effect for western Oregon and also portions of central Wyoming there as well. Alaska looks good and the Hawaiian chain island looks good as well. Alright, let's move on to the storm prediction overview page. You can see there's that general thunderstorm activity over portions of northern Oregon into Washington State. There's more shower and storm over here in general thunderstorms in portions of Utah, back into Montana, also North Dakota. There's that marginal risk for severe weather there. More general thunderstorm through Minnesota, back down into central Texas, all the way back over to the Carolinas. Marginal risk in southern Texas, southern Florida, all the way into portions of southern Illinois, back into central Texas. There's that slight risk and enhanced risk for severe weather from Texas all the way to the Florida Panhandle up into portions of Tennessee. The enhanced risk is generally over portions of Mississippi, Alabama, Mississippi, southeastern Arkansas, and all. Alright, convective outlook, that's a little bit better. You can see it. Watches. Currently, there are no severe thunderstorm watches in effect, maybe just a few severe thunderstorm warning. The MDS discussion, these are unlikely watches at this time, so they just possibly maybe some severe weather in these areas as well. Storm reports, currently as of this recording, tornado report 1, wind report 46, 2 was high, Hail report 7, 0 with large. So total number reports were 54. This is this current recording. As you can see here, the wind reports were generally down in the panhandle of Florida, southeast Alabama, southwestern and southwestern Alabama, central and southern Mississippi, northern Mississippi, also over here in northern Arkansas, southwest Missouri, also down in southern Arkansas and also northern Louisiana. Also we got some in the hail reports here, generally portions of Louisiana, also up here in Arkansas, and also down into southern portions of Mississippi. Alright, fire weather. Still got that elevated risk over here in Arizona, back into New Mexico, West Texas, critical over here in southern New Mexico and southeastern Arizona for critical fire weather problems. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with the Hurricane Center with the tropical wave that will become tropical storm, tropical depression number 3. Then become tropical storm Bret, then maybe become Hurricane Bret later on down the road. 48 hours, 90%. This is over the next 7 days. This is currently where it's at right now. See, they dropped the watch. See, yesterday they had it going up here. Now they got it more going this way. So it's kind of pretty well in line with what I'm thinking still. Okay, here's the tropical weather outlook for the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico. Eastern tropical Atlantic. Atlantic invest L. This would be invest 92L. Shower and thunderstorms have become better organized and associated with a broad area of low pressure located several hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Island. Environmental conditions appear conducive for additional development, and a tropical depression or tropical storm is expected to form over the next day or so. This system is forecast to move westward at 15 to 20 miles per hour across the central tropical Atlantic, with further development. No warning can be found in high seas forecasts issued by the National Weather Service. The formation chance through 48 hours, high 90%. Formation chance through 7 days, high 90%. Alrighty. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and like I said, I'll have more on Tropical Storm Bret coming up later in the forecast this week. Hope everybody has a great Sunday evening out there, and get ready for a busy work week ahead in the weather department, because we're going to have severe weather. Plus, we're going to be tracking the tropics this week as well. So, don't forget to consider subscribing if you like weather forecast content. Like these videos, share these videos with your family, friends, and relatives on social media. And we'll catch you back in the next one, and enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.